Come and stand in the middle of your mat. Feet hip width apart. Just a couple little shoulder circles. Take the shoulders down and back, length at the back of the neck. Tuck your pelvis under. Find the pelvic floor. Take 100%, so it's going to be all your attention. And then TVA, transverse abdominis, hollowing down towards the hips. Imagine you've got a tight pair of trousers on and you've just put them on and you're just drawing in all those areas around there. Around your tummy, pulling in, hold, and breathe. Take a really big, deep breath, widen the rib cage. Exhale, keep holding the core and then releasing the core. Now just notice if you're gripping your toes or any muscles in your face and try and relax. Going again, pulling in. Let's take that pelvic floor in, 100%. TVA pulling in. Take a deep breath. Widen that rib cage. Exhale. And then release the core. Let's go one more time, pulling in. 100%. Palms face forwards, open there on the chest. Relax the muscles in the face, between the eyebrows, around the jawline. Take a deep breath. Exhale. And then release your core down to 50%. It's not taking all of your concentration. Then just taking like a finger up towards the ceiling. So, like you're in class, putting your hand up. And then you're just going to place this finger underneath the chin. So you've got your core pulled in 50%, your pelvis tucked under. Place it underneath the chin. Hold your finger there, but then take your head back. Length at the back of the neck. Take your head back. And then just notice how far away you are from your finger. Now you'll probably find when you put your head back, it's going to be the right posture. So it's kind of interesting, this one. Then go again, go forwards, put your finger underneath your chin. Like you're propping up your chin. And then just dip your finger down, take your head back. So we're just working at the posture at the top of the neck, length at the back of the neck. Then try it once more, finger under the chin. And then again, length at the back of the neck. Quite a nice little tool that if you ever feel like you have lost posture, or you've been doing lots of things where you're rounding around your shoulders, just to see where you're at. Finger under the chin, do it a couple of times. Okay, let's get the length at the back of the neck. So that might mean taking your head back, like we've just done there with your finger under the chin. Shoulder circles. Squeeze them up to the ears, circle them back. Notice what happens with the core as you lift your shoulders up. Are you losing that core? Go back to your 50%. Your pace with this, you can really slow this down. Adding in a jazz walk, so just rolling onto, up onto the toes and then pressing back through the heels, so just warming up through the feet here and the ankles. And then you can add in a little bit of an arm swing. Release the shoulders down. So just warming up through the body. Keep that connection with the core. Keep that head nicely set back. Like you've got your finger under that chin and you've put your head back. Okay, so then you're going to make fist shapes. And I want you to tuck your thumb inside your fingers. It's called Musti, this one. This is a mudra. And then just one arm out to the side. Try to draw some little circles going backwards, your pace. So you can, again, really slow this down. Or it's almost like a backstroke if you get in the water and swim. Try and get nice long arms, like really reaching out, down, around to the side, wrap back as well. It's quite a nice one, Musti, for releasing anxiety, releasing tensions. So as you exhale, try just thinking about this idea of just letting go of anything tight in there. And then go to the other side, and again, holding that Musti, so your thumbs tucked into your fingers. Taking your arm backwards. Try and keep your head still. Keep that length at the back of the neck so you haven't dipped your head forwards. Your pelvis is tucked under. You're still engaging there with the core as well. Then let's go both arms. See if you can hold the mudra in there and just keep working. Breathing in, lift, breathing out, release, round. Your pace, here again, you can slow this down if you want to. Taking backwards, opening there on the chest. Try to release any fatigue. If you've been feeling any of that winter fatigue, start to come to some sort of centeredness here. And release from the mudra, perhaps a little wiggle on the fingers, and we're going to go to side bends. And this was open palms, so really spread your fingers really wide, hold them wide, have your palms facing forwards, and ease yourself into a side bend, but keep these fingers really spread. Breathing out as you reach over. Exhale into that side and keep those fingers super spread out. Like you've been painting with your hands and you've got paint everywhere and you just don't want to get it on your clothes. Keep those fingers spread out, those palms facing forwards. Keep engaging with the core. Let's go 3 more. Exhale over into that side bend. Fingers spread. Coming into center. We're going to go with weights if you've got them here. So if you've got your free weights, you can pick them up. We're going to go scapular set. So shoulders down and back, take that circle. Get that length at the back of the neck. Remember where that finger was pointing under the chin. Tuck the pelvis under. Take a nice simple scapular set. Stay strong in the wrists, strong in the forearms. Just recreating that posture. Exhale as you take the thumbs back or the weights back. Press down into the floor with the feet. Just a couple more. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together. And just allowing the weights to fall down, shoulders relax. Easy twist, so just allow the weights just to go round, rotate around the body. Still engage there with the pelvic floor. You can look behind as well if you want to. Your pace. Then let's go into our squats. So just bend the knees, hips going back into space, putting in your front raise. Eye gaze forwards. Squeeze the glutes as you lift. Maybe it's the first time you've done any squats for like a week and a half or anything like that. So just think about the placement on the knees and the feet parallel facing forwards. Check those knees, don't pronate inwards. Shoulders down away from the ears. Adding in if you want, circle the weights. Over the head, try not to dip that chin, look forwards. And down, and squat. And lift. Try not to arch that back as you take the weights round. Engage the core. Pressing down through the feet. Two more. Squat. Circle the weights. Eye gaze forwards. Try not to dip that head forwards. Whew. Okay, let's go wide sumo squat, bend the knees. A little bit of a shimmy side to side. If you've got any tightness there in the hips or a figure of 8, bring the weights to the center, take a big circle all the way around. For one way, for the other. Head still in the middle, core still in the middle. Inhale as we take the weights over the head. Exhale as we circle it around. Back around the other way. Strengthening muscles in the upper back, the shoulders. Okay, a little bit of a balance exercise here. High knee, so just draw the knee up towards the chest, lift the foot off the floor. Alternate shoulder press. See if you can hold that high knee. Find a focus point. Using that big toe there as a bit of an anchor, the pelvic floor, the glutes. Lifting that weight up past the ear, over the head. Try not to dip that head forwards and swap legs. High knee. Still engaging with the core, tuck that pelvis under, you're arching in the lower back to get some length. So just try and keep the length there through the center, we're not arching in the back. Find a focus point, head still. Couple more. Woo, okay, let's put the weights down. A little bit more balance, just picking one foot and then take a balanced position, whether you like a high knee or you like a tree. Just rubbing palms together, just to see how that challenges your balance. We're going to put in Pralamba, which is a garland pose, and this one, I'm going to come up close, is this one. Thumbs together and then the rest of the fingers are nice and tall. So whichever position you're in, high knee or tree, see if you can lift that up over the head, those thumbs touching. I'll explain a little bit more of this Garland Mudra at the end, we'll do it a bit later as well, and then bring it all the way back down. And then see if you can take your eye gaze down, as if you're looking down through that little bit of a square with your fingers. And then release. Quite challenging to change that eye gaze. To the other side then, whether you go high knee, you like tree. Rub the fingers, get some heat in the body, challenge the balance here. Get some heat with the hands. Find the pelvic floor. Use your big toe as a bit of an anchor on this balance. Then, Pralamba. Thumbs touch, the other fingers start to face upwards. See if you can take that upwards. Reaching up towards the ceiling. Eye gaze can turn up as well if you want to. And then lowering it down. And then take the eye gaze down between the hands. And release. Bit of a shake there on your fingers and wrists. Okay, the next bit is a little bit work with the wall. So if you have access to a wall, place it so you're going to stand with your back against the wall. I'm going to use this wall today, not the one on the corner. And then we're going to lift up all the toes. We've done this one before. It's a really nice foot exercise, but it's also really good for running. So place your back against the wall, but then just lift off your bum. So bum and hips are lifted off the wall. So I'm about to stride away from the wall, and then I'm going to go up onto my heels. I'm lifting up my feet, just resting on the very backs of my heels. Then down one, and then two. So there's two parts to the down bit. Lift up all the way, and then 1, 2, down. So if you can do 10. With control on the way down. Lift, feet are flexed, and down. You might also notice the glutes squeeze as you lift up your feet. So it's a nice little glute exercise as well. And your hips, your buns lifted off the floor, off the wall. Lift. It's also a bit of a quad activation, so you might notice your quads firing as well with this. Lift, lower 1, 2. Lift, lower 1, 2. Last one, lift, lower and lower. Take a stride away from the wall, cross the legs. Breathe in, reach the arms up, breathing out, forward fold. Chin goes towards the chest, forehead down towards the knees, maybe fingers touch the floor. Uncurl, and then do the same the other side. Reach up, uncross the legs, cross them the other way. Exhale, forward fold. And what we're going to do here is we're preparing for a downward dog with the wall behind us. So get yourself positioned, so maybe 10 centimeters from the wall. Take a forward fold again, slide the hands down the legs, walk the hands forwards, and then I want you to put your heels on the back of the wall. If you've got a skirting board, that's perfect. So here we are in downward dogs with our heels on the wall. Just checking, see how everyone's getting on with this. Then send your hips up nice and high. Your heels are probably lifted here. Try and create your downward dog shape. Spread your fingers. Now, challenge if you want. One leg, take it up the wall and have a really big stretch on your downward dog. Take your foot to the to turn outwards. And just take a really big stretch through your legs. Legs are straight. And the beauty of having the wall in there is you really can push into the wall and get a lovely stretch. Working with that dog, square your shoulders to the way you're facing. And you can try and swap legs. One leg can go up the wall as far as you feel comfortable. Take a nice big stretch here. Square the shoulders to the way you're facing. But you can allow that foot that's up on the wall to turn outwards. And breathe. Come back down to have one more moment in dog with your heels lifted. Try and get that lovely stretch on the backs of the shoulders and on the backs of the legs. Then walk your hands, walk your feet towards each other. And we're going to go single leg exercise. So you can choose here, you could do your lunge, your chair, squats, your deadlift, or your dips on a step. So I'm going to leave it to you. Go and do 10 on each leg, just one set on each leg. I think I will do chair squats today. It's a very good one, the chair squat. On each leg. Trying not to let the arch of the foot drop in, the knee pronate in. Send the hips forwards and up. Squeeze those glutes as you lift. You can always put weights in if you're doing your lunges or your deadlifts. You can always add your free weights into those ones. You can always cross your hands as well on some of these if you want more of a challenge with balance. Checking in on the eye gaze. Are you looking down or are you looking forwards? See if you can lift it so you're looking forwards best you can after just checking foot alignment and what's happening with knees. From here we're going to go on to all fours actually, so if you've done your exercises you can go to all fours and do a bit of cat-cow. So that's where we're going to go. So heading there now, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Glide the chest forwards as you go down into your cow, rounding through the back as you take your cat. I think I've got everyone back together. So let's have a moment here with a gate pose, just taking one leg out to the side. So nice stretch here for the front of the hips. Then just sliding that hand down that long leg, open out, big side bend. Just taking a couple of breaths there, then we'll go to the other side. If like me you have a wall, you have to do a bit of adjustment. Reach that hand down. Exhale, open out that rib cage. Inhale. Okay, long band coming in on this next one with a glute exercise, but I'll show you the option without it also. So we're on all fours, hands under shoulders, knees into hips. It's going to be a kick out and then back. Kick out and back. So it's a really nice glute activation exercise, keeping in a nice neutral position with the back. Option, you could add in low handshake, other side. See if you can do 8 one side, 8 other side, just to get those muscles really activating and working instead of the alternating option. So if you've got the band in there, you're going to push out, and again you can do the low handshake if you want to. So it's just glute work, glute strength work. Stay in neutral spine, keep engaging with the core. 8 on each side. Eye gaze to the front of the mat. Exhale into the extension. Your pace there as well. I was going quite quickly with those ones. You don't have to. You can always just do a few without the band as well, just to help you get that neutral spine, get that glute pushing out and working. Core engaged. And you can always put your band in. And then you can always put in that low handshake. 8 on that other side if you haven't swapped yet. Exhale into that extension. We're going to release on a low lunge. If you've done your 8, pick a side, pick a leg, send it forwards, low lunge. I'm going to put in a mudra here, it's called Thunderbolt, so I'll come close so you can see what I'm doing. Index fingers nice and long, fingers interlinked, thumbs crossed. Thunderbolt. See if you can lift that over their head so you've got those index fingers pointing up to the ceiling. Eye gaze goes forwards. Try and keep your hips facing the way you're going. They're not wiggling to the sides. Taking a breath there. Release from the Mudra Thunderbolt to a cactus shape, but this time index fingers pointing up and all the other fingers touch the thumb. So slightly different. Open across the chest here. This is Hamsi. Eye gaze forwards. Then just release the pinky finger. So you've got index finger, pinky finger. Just releasing there as well. Opening across the chest. Extend the arms into a Y shape, so just reach and open. Exhale, release there. Let's take a hamstring stretch, just straightening the front leg. Your choice here, you can hold on to the leg. You might go down to the floor, but try not to compromise your posture. You could always hold on to bits of furniture in there as well. Take a circle on this ankle, so just really stretching all the corners of that leg. Hips square to the way you're facing. Circle the other way around again, just finding all those little corners in the stretch. Then we'll do a choice here, go lizard, so you could have your toes off, heels on. That's very much with your hips, or if you prefer it, take your pigeon. So lizard or lizard into pigeon or lizard or pigeon. Pigeon is this one. So coming a little bit lower. Again, it's hips, but it's also glutes. And feel free to do any rocking or any movements in these moves as well. If you feel like you're getting some sort of release, the body wants to move, you can always bring pigeon all the way down. Taking a deep breath. Let's go do those on the other side. So find your low lunge. Engage there the pelvic floor, keep the hips facing forwards, then find Thunderbolt again. So remember, index fingers pointing up, cross over the fingers, cross the thumbs, reach that up to the ceiling. Big deep breath. Release so that your index fingers are pointing up to the ceiling and your other fingers just touch the thumb. Hamsi, this one's that contains the spirit. Take it to your capital E shape with your arms. So it's like a cactus opening out across the chest and heart space. Release the pinky finger. Go to a big Y shape with your arms. And then release, let's go to hamstrings. Straighten that front leg, flex that foot, circle the ankle. You don't necessarily have to come forwards over this, so you can stay with good posture here. Try and keep your hips square to the way you're facing. Just playing with those corners of the stretch. And then your lizard or your pigeons, toes off, heels on for lizards, and feel free to sway or move there with the hips. Or whether you're going down into your pigeon. And again, there's always chance to move in pigeon here as well. Or bringing it all the way down, taking a rest. Take a deep breath. From here, we're going to go to Sphinx position, so you can just slide your leg out if you want to. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Send the hips down into the mat, your toes down off the end of the mat. Think about lifting up the heart space. Think about the crown of head rising forwards and upwards. So we're just putting that length all there back through the body. Maybe you feel an abdominal stretch just with that. Option, you can stay with Sphinx and just breathe through Sphinx, okay? Send the breath through the body. Or if you want something else for lower back, you've got cobras, hands underneath your shoulders, squeeze your elbows in. Just see if you can play with a bit of a halfway up, down cobra. Exhale, lift. Crown of head staying in line with the spine. So maybe just going up to the point where you can feel the extension with the lower back and just bringing it down so you're working the muscles in the lower back instead of kind of really extending them too far. Okay, bring it down, rest your head on your hands, glute activation work, so just pointing the toes, see if you can extend, lift one leg, lift and lower, go to the other side. It doesn't have to be a super high lift. Think more about the muscles activating, the glutes squeezing, the hamstring engaging, the other side of the lower back, stabilizing the hips. This is a bit like your MOT really, just checking on the body, just making sure that it's doing the right chain, the chains on the muscles. Then let's take a quad stretch, so front of the legs reach round, so if you can hold on to your front of your foot or your ankle, release your head down. Bring your heel towards your bum. Try and relax your hips. Try and let go of any tension there in the lower back. Just not forcing it, but just allowing the body to relax. And the other side. Exhale, try and release any tension there at the front of the leg. So tilted bow, if you like tilted bow, or if you don't like a tilted bow, take a double leg lift, so both heels lift to your bum, and then just taking your heels over to the side, so you're just getting a gentle stretch there with your side of your lower back. A gentle opening. Tilted bow, reaching back for both of your ankles, and you're lifting up your knees, you're lifting up your shoulders and your chest, look forwards. Exhale, see if you can take that to the side. Shoulder stretch as well in there. Okay, let's go to our swan dive. We're going to put in those mudras from the low lunge. So we're going to start with the index finger, the pointing, and the fingers just touching the thumb. I'm a Hamsi. Arms out to the sides. Just start circling, pointing those fingers backwards. It's very similar to what we did in warm-up here. You need a bit of space either side. Crown of head is going to be in line with the spine, so eye gaze down.
Just see if you can take these backward circles nice and small. And then see if you can reach back, find Thunderbolt. So interlink those fingers, long index fingers together, cross the thumbs. Into a lift. Lift up chest, shoulders back. Karana, head stays in line with spine. And then release into what would be your capital E shape. Exhale, reaching forwards, thumbs touch, and the other fingers reach forwards. Remember that one from warm up. And then release down. We'll do it one more time through. Pointing out to the sides. Circle. Exhale, take your hands back, Thunderbolt. Point those fingers down towards your feet. Index fingers, thumbs crossed. Crown of head in line with spine. And breathe. Exhale, release the hands, capital E. And then thumbs touch, fingers point forwards. Reaching forwards, get some lift in here with the top of the back. Pralamba, Garland Mudra. And exhale, release. Let's release cat stretch. On all fours. Tuck the chin into the chest, tuck the pelvis under. If the body wants to move or spiral, just go with it. Just play with those stretches into the corners of the hips or the lower back. If you want to stretch out the wrist, just go one at a time. Have a wrist stretch here. We're going to go to front plank next. If you go to a full front plank, you want to stretch the feet first. Tuck the toes under, foot stretch. So we're just going to do a nice hold here. Elbows under shoulders. Your choice, knees down. Big pulling on the core here to really find TVA, find pelvic floor. Or if you want to take legs straight, let's hold. Crown and head in line with spine. About 45 seconds. Just breathe. I am strong. I can navigate difficult emotions. I am here. And breathe. Find those core muscles. I am strong. I can navigate difficult emotions. I am here. And breathe. Releasing down, then we'll go child's pose. Suggestion here to take the knees as wide as the edges of the mat. Big toes touch, bring the forehead down. And just see if you can hold onto your heels. It's just a nice way to let the shoulders relax a little bit. See if you can get the forehead just resting on the ground. Sending the breath to the lower back. Three deep breaths.
we're going to come up to a kneeling position next. So if you like to, you can grab a block or a cushion. We're just going to do one exercise here. It does involve those mudras again. It's quite empowering coming up to the knee here. So I'm just going to be a couple of minutes. I'm just folding my cushion over if you wonder what I was doing. Sometimes I find that a little bit easier to sit on for a minute in kneeling. If you're struggling with kneeling, you could try sitting down, but make sure you're really nice and upright for this one. It involves those mudras again. We start with the pointed finger one, and the fingers and the thumb touching. Hamsi, containing the spirit. What we're going to do is we're going to take forwards with the right hand, reaching up, we're pointing the finger, and then the left hand is pointing backwards. And we want to be in a really nice straight line, like we're warriors and we're holding like a really big spear. Get nice and tall through the spine and engage your pelvic floor. Really good posture here, just really work with this posture, lift up the heart space. Think about getting that head back as well, like we did at the very beginning with the chin, the finger under the chin. Breathe. Send the breath all the way up through that pointed finger and all the way back behind you as well. So we're in this position. I am going to do some affirmations. We've just heard them in plank. So I am strong. I can navigate difficult emotions. And I am here. Take a deep breath. Then release the pinky finger. So we've got index finger and pinky finger pointing upwards and pointing downwards. Hold in this position. I know it's really hard, you want to break. I am strong. I can navigate difficult emotions. And I am here. Sending the breath all the way up, all the way down. Stay nice and upright. Stay tall in the spine. Release all fingers, spread them like we did in side bend. Spread those fingers. You've got one hand going up, you've got one hand where the palm's facing up and it's going down. Stay as tall as you can through the spine, spreading all those fingers. Take a really big deep breath in. As you exhale, I want you to make a cannon shape with your mouth, like an O shape. Exhale. And then do that 2 more times. Breathe in. Make an O shape like a cannon, like you're just sending out a ball. One more. Keep reaching that arm up. Last one. And release. That's a shake on the hands, or a little bit a figure of 8 with the wrists, fingers interlinked. Okay, let's go on to sides. That one's a bit of Kundalini, if anyone likes that. Kundalini yoga, and borrowing some of the mudras. Seated twist then, breathing in, reach, breathing out, thread through. Quite nice after kind of festive breaks. If you drink more than maybe normal, anything like that, this one's really good for liver, really good for digestion. If you want to add in the mudra for detoxification, we've already done it. Index finger extend, pinky finger extend, thumb and the other 2 fingers touch. Exhale as you thread through, opening across the chest. Okay, let's go to clowns. If you want, put your loop bands in. Lower down, just above the knee. Like you're going to fall forwards, lift your heels so they're in line with your hips and shoulders. Perhaps you can just touch your heels. Just do it for about 10 of these. Lift and lower with control. Little bit of tension in the feet, so we haven't got the feet kind of too floppy against each other. They're not flopping inwards. Maybe even a little bit of flexion in the feet as well. Exhale into the lift. Inhale into the lower. Couple more. Still engaging with the core muscles. Then just release the one leg down. If you want, you can take your band out. Just take 4 circles. One leg circle. Nice and slow. Engage the core. Keep the lower leg down on the floor. Extend both legs. Go double leg lift. Lift top leg, lift bottom leg. Lift the rib cage. Take that fist one again, so your thumbs tucked into your fingers, and just taking a really big circle on the ceiling with that. Take it backwards. Hold the balance. Really work into that length on that arm. And release. Let's go side plank. We're going to go for 10 seconds. Elbow into shoulder. Option 1. Into that lift, knee down. Option 2. Elbow up to the ceiling. Lift the hips. Hold. Squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Okay, other side. Seated twist. Breathing and lift. Open on that chest. Breathing out into your thread through twist. Option to put in that mudra if you want to. Karana. Following the fingers with your eye gaze, dipping the chin. It's a really nice way of releasing through the neck there as well. And then those clams, so come down. Almost like you're going to fall forwards, touch your heels. 10 clams here. A little bit of tension in the feet. Engage the core. Stretch for the neck as well, if you can rest your head on your hand. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Just being aware we're not rocking here, hand on hip if it's helping, just to not let the hips open too much. Bottom leg lowering down, lift that top leg, one leg circle. Just exploring that stretch in there, especially if you've got the band. 4 of these. Engage the core. Nice and slow. Double leg lift, so get nice and lined up with your mat. Lift one top leg, lift bottom leg, lift rib cage. Reach the arm up, make that fist mudra again, so the fingers tucked around the thumb. Take a big backwards circle here. So
If you can hold the balance, keep those feet lifted, keep that rib cage lifted as you circle. Then let's go side plank, elbow into shoulder. It's going to be 10 seconds. Option 1, lift up those hips, knee down. Option 2, hips up, knee up, elbow up to ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, let's take the bands away and we'll go onto our backs. You've probably been dying to do this one after Christmas. It's 105 sets, 4 toe taps, 8 pulses, and an 8-second hold. Find your neutral spine, shoulders relaxed, length at the back of the neck, engage pelvic floor, engage TVA. You might want to slide your feet slightly further away from your bum, so you've got right angles behind the knees. Here we go then, lift and lower. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Lift head and shoulders, pause. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fingers to knees, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. And again then, tabletops if you want them. 4, 3, palms up, shoulders relaxed. 2, 1, and pulse, tummy still. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Teasers if you want them. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more sets. 4, 3, engage the core muscles. 2 and 1. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time with this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Still imprinting that lower back down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Full body stretch. Christmas crackers. I had a lip solve in mine this year and a highlighter. Very useful Christmas cracker presents. Take a big stretch, give everything a bit of a squeeze. Big, deep breath in. Exhale, release. Take up loads of space. Just feeling really heavy for a moment. Then bending the knees. Let's go back on Thunderbolt. So fingers interlinked, index fingers pointing, thumbs crossed. Exhale, bringing this to the side of the knee, chin towards chest. Lift and lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Choice here, put in your heel slide, opposite leg extending to the side that you're pointing down. You can add in quite a forceful out breath as well here. Look a bit like we did earlier when I said make an O shape, like with the cannons, sending out the breath. You can do that here, like you're sending it down through the Thunderbolt. Choice to put this into tabletops as well. Try and stay nice and strong there through the core. 4 more, whichever version you've put together on this. And feet on the mat, arms up to the ceiling. Go back on Musti, so make the fist again. Fingers around the thumb. Exhale, take that over the head. And then take a big circle. If you've got that space around the body, bring it all the way back to center. Length at the back of the neck, so try not to let your chin lift. Imprint lower back down. Being aware of the chest, so try not to let that chest ribcage flare off the mat, lifting off. You can put in a single leg stretch here, arms over the head, straightening out one leg. Or if you want, double legs, both legs. Extend as the arms go over the head. Two more. And then arms out to the sides, bend the knees, feet on the mat. Both knees drop across to one side. It's that spine twist, it's lower back release, chest stretch. Keep moving them across, or if you feel like just holding in that stretch, you feel like you really need to open out on chest, just placing your hand on top of the knee as you go over and hold. And look in the other direction as well, work with the neck. Hamstring stretch next, so you might want to use your long band. Foot up to the ceiling, one leg up to the ceiling. Trying to go about 30 seconds on each side, just try and get the shoulders relaxed. Length at the back of the neck. Push away at the back of that knee. If you feel like it, a little bit of flex and point. Or a circle, like we did earlier, in kneeling. Leg out to the side. Just go with that inner part of the hamstring. And then other leg. Push away at the back of the knee, shoulders relaxed, length at the back of the neck. Maybe you like a little bit of a circle or a flex and point in there. Try not to lift up the hips or your bum on these stretches. And take your leg out to the side. Then let's go to glute. So put the band down, go to the other leg. Placing that foot just above the knee, flexing the foot that's you've just put on there. Watch the other foot doesn't cross in just to start with, so just checking its hip width hasn't moved across if you've got tightness there. Then you're going to try and see if you can lift up that foot, interlink your fingers. Keeping that flexion on that lifted foot. Noticing what's happening with the upper part of the body. So if the chin started lifting, pointing to the ceiling, just think about getting that length at the back of the neck. Relax the shoulders. Then if you like it, you can allow that foot to turn down if that's a stretch that you like doing. As you place the foot down, you let that whole position rock over so the foot goes onto the mat. And take a moment in this hip stretch. If you don't like that one, just stay with your glute stretch just for a little bit longer. And then we'll go to the other side. So again, placing that foot just above the knee, keeping that flexion in that foot, then noticing that the other foot hasn't moved inwards to the midline. What's happening with the hips? If you can square those hips, maybe just hands on hips and see what they're doing. Sometimes they want to wiggle around a bit with this. And you can just see if you can interlink, lifting up that back foot. Find that stretch. Try and keep the shoulders square as well. If the hips wiggle, the shoulders tend to wiggle in there as well. Length at the back of the neck. Keeping that foot flexed. And if you like it, that foot can go down, hip stretch, and you're just holding on to that, to the front part of the ankle and the foot. Okay, let's come back to centre. We're going to shoulder bridge, so bring your heels a bit closer. You can touch those heels. Take a pelvic tilt. Treat this like a massage for the lower back. Try to just let go of any tension in your shoulders or in your neck. We can lift up those hips. Chin goes to chest. Take the arms over the head. If you want to test yourself here, take a one leg lift. Try and keep the hips nice and still, so you could take a bent leg and then see if you can straighten it up to the ceiling, bending it and putting it back again. Sort of imagine your daddy long legs and they bend their leg and then they straighten it as they move. Keep those hips nicely lifted. If the one leg lift is too much for you, just play with your shoulder bridge. Take it up and down. Treat it like some spine mobility. Work, go vertebra by vertebra, nice and slowly. Let's take the arms all the way down, lower the hips down, hug knees to chest. Take a rock or a circle. Bring it up to seated position. I'll put some roll back options in here. You've got your C-shaped spine to upright, or if you're rolling back, rolling like a ball, hold on to your shins, rocking it back. See if you can come back to your hover position. You could always add and take that over, opening out the legs. You can shoulder stand and bring it back round. Just being aware, if you're just doing spine mobility, try not to do the chin lift at the end. So just think about the length at the back of the neck. Think more about the crown of head instead of the eye gaze on that one. So really focus on what's happening here on chest and crown of head. So try not to lift the chin at the end. You can also boomerangs if you want to, if anyone wants more length there in your And your hamstrings, you do your crisscrosses 4 times. Take it up. Crisscross legs, pulse. Another option if you're not rolling back is butterfly stretch, soles of feet together. And then you've got this really nice inner thigh stretch, groin stretch. Just sending the breath through the butterfly. And also with butterfly you can take seal, so you can take your hands under, take that to rocking, 1, 2, 3, take it back, 1, 2, 3. So if you can come back to that hover position. I think I've gone over time a little bit because I think Alice might have left. Sorry, I've lost track of time. I haven't seen the time. How are we? Is everyone okay? We've only got a couple of moves left now. If you can, a nice upright position. Lifting up the heart, get nice and tall. Breathing in, lift up the arms. Breathing out, circle them round. Can you touch your toes or near the toes? Keep the feet flex, we're engaging hamstrings. Breathing in, lift. Breathing out halfway, or if you want to, all the way down, vertebra by vertebra, lots of control. Circle the arms around to the knees. Lift. Get really tall there in the middle and forwards. Breathing in and down. Full body move here, just tying everything together. Keeping those feet flexed, it keeps those hamstrings going. And getting that nice lift there on the heart space in the center. Okay, coming to sit for a spine twist. Option there to put your block in or cushion in. I think I'll have a cushion now. Palms together. Now again, you can use your fingers into your chin if you want to, so very much like warm up. Maybe the middle finger because it's a bit taller. Think about that, getting that length at the back of the head. So you're not leaning forwards with your head. Length at the back of the neck. Breathing in to get tall. Breathing out, slight twist. Doesn't have to be a long way around to get those long strands either side of the spine activated. Exhale into your twist. Try to relax the muscles in the face. And hands on knees, just taking a little bit of a circle here. And I want the rib cage, you think about the rib cage circling or heart space. Nice little hip exercise really, it's a nice stretch for the hips. And then go around the other way. You can lean back into that as well. So come to center and we'll go back to Pralamba, which is that one. So you had your thumbs touch and then the fingers all stretched nice and tall. So this one, we're actually going to put this down on the ground in front of us. So just placing it on the ground, I want you to kind of press into the ground a little bit and really kind of press through the fingers there as well. Get nice and tall and long through the arms. And we're going to just place that in front of us It's a nice one just coming into the new year. Open yourself to hear the wishes and prayers of all beings, our shared longing to be free and happy. Respond with sincere blessings that emanate from your hands like a huge garland of pearls that may encircle the entire universe. So there you go, that's what this means. This is the offering. You can put it anywhere as well in the ground. So if you're ever outside, it's quite a nice one too, just to touch the ground with this mudra, thumbs together and the other fingers straight. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, and we'll release, shaking out the fingers, the wrists, palms together. And namaste.